I'm somebody who, especially when I feel the way I do want and need physical touch, words of affirmation, communication.
I knew something was up, and you wouldn't tell me what it was. On the phone today, over and over, I asked, so what's going on? At that point, I stopped probing.
You and I aren't on the same wavelength. It's devastating to me.
Are you on the same page about how we're feeling? What are you talking about?
I just think how we communicate with each other. What you might not realize hurts me. I say things or do things that I don't realize hurt you. Sometimes it's really just almost your demeanor. It just felt robotic, I guess, over the last several days. I'm telling you, if you smile at me, reached over and grabbed my knee, just a quick reminder that we're in this together would just be like a nice nod to what we are, who we are, and that we're in it together.
So let's talk about Amy Robach and T.J. Holmes' relationship, which seemed to be getting a bit murky on social media. Not so, I should say, interesting. I think it's getting very whimsical also, because recently the couple in their Amy Robach and T.J. Holmes' podcast went a bit personal with their love story, and it looks like tempers were a bit up, and fans are speculating and asking the relevant question as to whether or not all is well with them. Well, interesting times ahead with these two, but we're here to let you know exactly what is happening between Amy and T.J. Holmes. What have you seen so far about these two and what you think about it? Also, you can also leave it inside the comment section. This is the Gist of Pinax News. Let's get into the details of the story about this. Now, Amy Robach and T.J. Holmes apparently got a bit bickering about their love story, on their podcast, where they apparently also talked about their pressure in their relationship, and boy, it was a bit awkward, I must be honest. Now, the former GMA3 anchors turned lovers trotted out a new episode of Amy and TJ on Monday, which apparently was aptly called Things Ain't Right. So that was apparently what the particular episode was dubbed, like Things Ain't Right. And during the 47th minute, long conversation, they apparently touched on several issues, including how they, doing personally, and of course, can't even lie that this pretty cringeworthy to listen to, because you can tell that there's tension between the couple, and yeah, it might even say that they nearly argued about a little or two in their chat. Now, the whole thing stemmed from Amy, who apparently going on the rant about choosing love, as it pertains to her career, and the way it apparently also comes out to seem to rub TJ the wrong way, as he also asked had to elaborate, especially when discussing pressure that she feels in the situation or in the relationship. Now, she also attempts to clear up what she also means, and ultimately landing on something to effect of she feels like she's had her career taken from her, and that is unfair since she apparently also chose him. Now, eventually TJ himself also chimes in a note, and she obviously feels some type of way, explaining that he'd been sensing passive aggressiveness from her even earlier that day. That's TJ basically says that as long as they're together or good, he's also good. He also seemed more at ease, and then apparently she also does when apparently they're having some kind of tensious, pressureful moments over there. Now, take a listen to yourself, because from what you can tell, this for sure sounds like the first sign of trouble in paradise between them, what apparently have been circulating on social media. So I'm sure for most of you out there who did watch the podcast between Amy and TJ Holmes, this particular episode didn't go so well. I feel like they were telling their truth. These two, couples like these, they're able to tolerate each other. They're able to also let people know that they don't hide anything from them. If it's yes, it's yes. If they're going through crisis, they will tell you that they're going through crisis. Unlike what happens with Jada Smith and Will Smith, this couple, they tell it as it is. They don't roll things under the carpet. They just want people to know that if they're fighting or if they're having an argument, they're having an argument. If they are beautifully in love, they let fans know that yes, we are super in love. Our gestures and everything tells that indeed we are super in love. But they say that they're super, super under pressure. And I don't know which kind of pressure they're actually, going through. Like Amy and TJ, is everything okay? Because we're not seeing things right. Now, I am daring to say that I don't see this relationship lasting long this year. Like 2024, there could be a possibility that Amy and TJ Holmes could break up. I'm not predicting, but looking at how these couple are coming out to speaking and, throwing shade here and there, subtly throwing subliminals at each other, I feel like there could be a storm in paradise anytime soon. In fact, there could be a tsunami, a volcano, whatever, in this relationship anytime soon. And just embrace it, because it could be coming anytime soon. Just embrace yourself for this, because anytime soon, if you do hear that Amy and TJ Holmes have apparently jinxed their relationship, don't be surprised about it, because it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Quickly, I won't do so much talking. Let's just look through some interesting conversations also about this on social media, what people have to say about it, okay? So this one says, it's coming from Terry Hodge, comes to say that you both deserve what you get. You both made a choice to have an affair. So let's see where you are in 10 years. Well, I hope this stand a chance of, this relationship stand a chance of being long, like staying for a very long time. I hope so. Sonny, okay, before I bite my tongue, Sonny, let me just pronounce that. Says that, okay, let's move it along. Enough of this too. I want to hear from the other couple. Did anyone give them a podcast yet? You talking about Amy Shu and, the other partner, right? Well, I don't know. Amy, I think, is minding her business, and she basically is just done with, TJ Holmes, okay? And so let's just leave it as it is. Lynn Weinstein comes to say that, is this what their podcast is about? Well, I don't know. I think that they discuss everything: social issues, personal issues, private issues. That's what the podcast is about. So they discuss it on their podcast, and maybe sometimes it goes well for them. Sometimes also it just doesn't land so well for them, okay? And Michelle McDaniel come to say, they were cute, they're happy, they should have not been fired. Well, in every corporate world, they tell you that we don't accept raunchy relationships in our organizations. We do not condone people having an affair in our space. But unfortunately, they went against the rules, and so the rule had to be applied. And that's how they got ripped off from the company. So for that, I think you have to be briefed about it, okay? They had to be sacked because they breached the rules of the company. They were having an affair in the company, so they had to break up. They have to be sacked, basically. But in coming days, we'll let you know exactly what will be happening about this too. Well, you can also leave your thought and comment inside the comment section. Thanks for watching.